Michael from CTW here, and we're going to go through the Preferences tab and really get into the units, switching back and forth between US and metric, and the significant figures that every unit can be set. So let's talk about that. The units right now on this screen are US, imperial sometimes, inches per second, forces in pounds. Clearly we have huge number of customers overseas that they're all using metric. So under preferences, you click on that, you can see these two are going to become applicable. Unit system, we want to be in metric, okay? So flips over to metric. Now, just what metric means is, go ahead and rescale that. Look at that. See, in the video you can see, in an earlier video, I actually had set and turned off the Y auto scale. That's why it won't auto scale. So I'm going to check that box back. I'm going to hit apply and reduce this, and then I'm going to double click on the screen. Okay, so I caused my own problems, but you see how to fix it, and really you can see how sometimes you can get a little bit lost and you need to fix that. So remember, once you check off auto scale, guess what? It will no longer auto scale. So, all right, so we're going to go back to preferences. So we switched over to metric, and we're going to go to unit preferences. And basically, if you click on US standard to metric conversion, you can decide exactly what you want to see. So inches is going to convert to millimeters unless you say convert to meters, convert to kilometers, which don't ever use. I can't imagine using that. Centimeters, typically, let's face it, everybody in units is either going to be millimeters or meters. We'll just stay at millimeters. Then you have your inches per second. A lot of people, most people I always see as meters per second, but clearly you can do millimeters per second. It doesn't matter. It is up to you. Pounds would become newtons. Kilograms force for our friends in Japan and other various parts of Asia. And the temperature, let's see, where is that? Yeah, so Fahrenheit to Celsius, you switch over, and any PSI to bar. So this is where you tell the software, this is what I want you to do, right? And keep in mind, you don't actually have to convert. We do have some people that mix their units. So Fahrenheit to Celsius, I myself don't understand Celsius, so I stay in Fahrenheit. The other ones I'm okay with. I can convert in my head, working in English units all my life. I've gotten used to it. And to be honest with you, I always work in pounds and meters per second, believe it or not, because I understand pounds really quickly and I understand meters per second for velocity. But you can see this is where you set it. And you click OK, and you let the software keep updating as we make all these changes on the fly. And then we're going to go back to preferences, and this is where it becomes interesting. These are your units, and if you click on the units, you can see there's a whole list of them, and this is when it is important. So if you have meters per second, I think the default is 2, but meters per second, clearly to be able to type in, say, 0.125, you need the precision to be 3 instead of 2. So these are where you would check this, where you would update these and make sure you have enough units. So another time this happens is with shaft diameter. So in US we're working in inches, and we'll type in 0.625. But same thing with millimeters. You might have a 11.5 inch, 10.5 inch shaft. So you would find millimeters and make sure you have at least one precision, right? So that way you can type 11.5, 10.5, but all of these you can set the significant figures so it works for you. And I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to go back to Test Builder, and you can see how things are flipping over to metric, meters per second. You can see where it's very important that you have 3 significant figures so that you can actually go and type in 0.125 or 0.254, whatever you might hear. And if you don't see those, that's probably where the issue is. Since we did this on the fly, these don't convert, but if you simply reopen them, you will watch them magically switch over. Let's see, first test. Once you reopen it, they switch over to metric. So you may, if you're doing everything on the fly, you may have to simply just reopen your data. Of course, you're not going to go back and forth, so it would make sense that you're already there, and when you open it, it's already in the units you're looking for. So that is how you use the unit conversion and how you get this to work the way you want, and actually to work the way you as a user want it to be. So there you have it. That is the units. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, contact us using the information in the video description.